Hello everyone. So this is our third lecture on Scratch game development. So in the last two lectures, I introduced how to open an account and how to use the offline editor. So this week I'll be showing you how to create a project. So first of all, you need to log into your account. You can either use the online version or the offline editor. Here I'm using the online version. So if you want to create a project, first thing you need to do is create. So I click create, and you can see that we are on a new page with a cat, and the name of the file is Untitled 2. So that means we just have created a project. So what do we have when we create a project? So when you create a project, you get a sprite. You can see that the name of this sprite is Sprite 1. So what is Sprite? So Sprite is actually a character, right? So what I can do with this sprite, I can move it anywhere I want, and the important thing you need to know is the position of this sprite. So if you look at carefully, you see this X, Y values are changing if I move this cat. So for example, you want to make a game and you want the cat to start from here. So you need to know the location. So if I put it here, I see that it says X is negative 196 and Y is negative 124. So X, Y are the coordinates. So I will have another lecture where I'll explain coordinates, but for now just remember that if I move the cat, it goes to a different location, and depending on the values of X and Y, I can move the sprite anywhere I want. Okay, so a few things we need to know. So when we create a project, we are on this page. From here you can see we have an option called file. So if you want to create a new project, you click new. If you want to save, automatically the program is saved when you when you're doing some work. It automatically saves your progress, but to make sure it is saved, you can click save. You can save a copy. Why you need to save a copy? So let's say you made a game and you want to modify your game, so you can save a copy of your game. And in the next option, go to my stuff. My stuff is where you have all of your projects. Also you have several other options. You can upload from your computer. So remember that last time I told you that you can download a project, online project. So clicking the next one, download to your computer. So what it will do, it will save this project, which is called Untitled 2, on your computer, and later on you can upload it from the computer. Okay, so this is file, then you have edit, and you have some tips. If you click tips, you have some more options. Also there is another button here, it goes duplicate. So maybe you want to duplicate this cat, maybe you want another cat. So I'll show you these options later on. And you have this delete button. So if I click this, you can see a scissors, and you can click on this cat and it will delete your sprite. So if I click on the cat, it's gone. Alright, so how can I get a new sprite? So from here you can see there are 4 options. You can see new sprite, and then you have choose a sprite from library, and then paint a new sprite. Then you have upload a sprite from file. In the next option you have new sprite from camera. So these are the 4 ways you can get a sprite. So for now we just want to get a sprite from the library. So if I click this, I can see I have a lot of sprites here. right? So for now I am going to choose just one sprite. Let's say I'm choosing Adrian. After choosing Adrian, what I need to do is to click OK. If I click OK, I can see the sprite. The name is Adrian, and I can move this sprite. So there are two other buttons. So this one says grow. So the size of this sprite, maybe you want to shrink the size or you want to grow the sprite, right? So if I click grow, you can see the character is growing. And if I think the size is too big, I want to shrink. Alright, so these are the two functions. So sprite, so we learn how to get a sprite. We learned a few options like duplicate, scissors, grow and shrink. But also you can see there are two other buttons. One is flag and a red button. So flag, what it does, it starts your game. So you have programmed something and you want to see how it works. So since we haven't done anything, so nothing will happen if I click flag. But usually if you click flag, the sprite will do something. And if I click the red button, the game stops or the program stops. Also, there is another button on the left. So this is the full screen mode. So if I click this, you can see we are on the full screen. And if I click this, I go back. So yeah, so this is a few other options. Also we have the backdrop. So from the left corner you can see it says stage 1 backdrop. So how can we get new backdrops? So this is similar to the sprite. So there are 4 options again. So this is the library. So if like this, I can see that I'm on the library and there are a lot of backdrops here. You can see the category indoor, outdoor, other, theme. We have castle, city, flying, all a lot of options. Remember, you can download sprites from the internet, so you don't have to choose a backdrop from here. So but for now, let's choose one. Here I'm going to choose let's say this building at MIT, and then I click OK. And now I can see I have a nice background, right? You can also change this backdrop if you want. Alright, so we have learned a few important concepts. And also if I move this here, you can see we have 3 other options. The first one says scripts, costumes, and sounds. So using scripts we can program our sprite. So we'll do that later on. And this lecture we are not introducing programming yet. So scripts, just want to let you know that scripts, where you have all these blocks, move 10 steps, that means this sprite should move 10 steps. Turn 15 degrees, that means the sprite should turn 15 degrees. So I'll be showing you this scripts later on, but for now I want to show you costumes. So what are costumes? So you can see the sprite has 3 costumes. So the first one, you can see the sprite is running. The second one, it's standing. The third one, it shows it's jumping, right? So why do we have different sprites? Remember, when you're building a game, you don't want the character to be at the same position, right? You want to see the character moving, running, throwing, right? That's why you have these options. So if I switch between this costume, you see it looks like that something is going on, right? Or if I switch from here to here, it seems that the player is moving, right? So that's why we need these costumes, because you want to play with your sprite, right? So that's why we have different costumes. We can create more costumes. So I'll show you this later on, but this is just the beginning of game programming. So yes, so these are the important options. So costumes, and the next sound. That means when you are playing, you can add a background sound. You can see we have 3 options here. You can record your voice. You can upload sound from file. That means you can download a sound file from internet and you can upload it here. Or also you can use sound from the library. You can see we have these options. So we can choose one of these sound file and use it. Right, so yeah, so in this lecture we have learned how to open a project, and we also learned how to use how to delete a sprite, how to upload a sprite, right? So next class I'll be showing you more details. How can we download a sprite, how can we draw a sprite, and also I'll introduce the programming concept. So that's it for today, everyone. I'll see you next class. Bye.